Just an aging brick building with a sordid past and a treacherous reputation. Up these stairs, children as young as 4 and 5 years old were literally held hostage. It's in the eyes. The story of sexual, physical, and psychological terror deeply embedded in the hearts of First Nations known as day scholars.
It's about historical justice. It's about doing what's right to wrong something that's been done, and it's in the past. It's carried through for generation after generation of people. Perhaps, they hope that, the group would stay quiet or silent, but that doesn't happen when you have a group of people who suffered an atrocity as they did in days, whether it be as a boarder or a day scholar. They are still a survivor of the school. And I think that they simply maybe just hope that this group of people would be silenced.
It's a haunted past that residential and day scholar survivors Tony Paul and Cindy August can't forget or forgive because it's still alive and doing damage.
For the future health of the nation, it's very important, because what happened in the residential school with the residents and the day scholars is going to carry on intergenerational. So that really needs to be healed within all of us, starting right from our elders and right up to our children right now.
I feel totally exhausted in the end of the day, sitting and listening to Canada putting down our Native people, when all we're here for is for justice, for healing, so that our kids could carry on a healthier and better lives, instead of it being passed down more and more into the generations without our healing.
She-Chef Councillor Garry Feschuk himself suffered abuse from a residential school survivor, and he continues to lead the battle for justice.
When Canada said that they're going to fight this vigorously, well, to me, when they have to stop talking reconciliation if they just want to fight. Our lawyer summed it up perfectly. Our people came to the courts, came to the government, asking for a hand to bring justice to our people, and all they offered us was a fist. And they want to fight us. And we shouldn't have to force Canada to seek justice on every single little issue. Canada only comes to the table when they're forced to.
And Canada was forced to come before the courts to fight against justice for day scholars by the Shishaf Nation and the Kamloops Indian Band, led by a superb legal team from across Canada who marveled at the support they received in the courtroom.
And if I can say, one of the things that is so unusual and so refreshing in a case like this is when you have our clients attend in the numbers that they did, demonstrating the degree of concern, the degree of care that they have about this issue, and how significant it is to the communities, to the individuals, to everyone. And it's not to predict any kind of outcome, but it's a bringing together of all of these people who feel this is needs to have justice done.
I always am an optimist, and I had some hope that 7 years after the apology by Prime Minister Harper, Canada would say, we forgot these people, let's sit down and figure out a way to solve that. But that would be a political, not a legal decision. Canada's legal counsel, who are respected lawyers, they were clearly instructed to strongly argue against the certification, and they did.
I think that Justice Harrington is a very careful judge and a very thoughtful judge, and you've seen certainly his deep understanding of the jurisprudence. He was handing us cases day in and day out. And to the extent that emotions are permitted to enter a judge's mind, I think it's very limited. But I hope that he would leave and consider the reality that Sechelt and Kamloops are facing.
In the beginning of the week, it was very agonizing and frustrating, but I think today we could see that there is some light at the end of the tunnel. I think the judge has made a case that he wants to be very concise if he's going to certify our case and bring it forward, which I think he will. We're hoping, with all hope and praying, that he will bring this case forward, because the Sechelt people and the other band have been struggling for 100 years for someone to hear our entire case. The atrocities that happened to our people over the last 100 years, the effects of it over the last 100 years are continuing, there's got to be an end to it. There's got to be, and I'm very happy that this judge was very, I think he paid us a lot of attention. I think that he's going to be critical in the way he makes his judgment, but at least he sat there and listened to every word. He listened to every motion that we made, and I'm hoping that he will bring our case forward, and we will see justice hopefully within the next year or two.